welcome to Live with Code.Sip.Repeat. My name is Jason Bradshaw. I'm here with three lovely ladies, and we're going to talk to you today about your career in health. First off, I'm going to just start off by letting the ladies introduce themselves. I'm going to start off from my left, Ms. Joe.
Hi, my name is Joy. I am a perioperative cardiothoracic surgical nurse, and I currently travel with my job. I'm also a heart health coach as well.
Can you repeat that again? You're a what kind of nurse?
I am a perioperative cardiothoracic nurse. So basically, it's a fancy way of saying I work in open heart surgery.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey, hats off to
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You got Danielle Lewis.
Okay, hey everyone, I'm Danielle Lewis. I am CEO of HBCU STEM Education Run, and our mission is to educate, empower, and elevate HBCU students through scholarships and career resources. I think my part in the health space is because what we do with HBCU STEM Education Run is focused on impacting Black health and wealth at the same time. And I also am a 5-time marathon finisher.
All right.
All right. And Ms. Altrice Anderson.
Hello, I am Altrice Anderson. I am a substance abuse therapist who also focuses on the aspect of mental health and help clients to learn different ways on how to cope along with co-occurring disorders, mental health, as well as physical health.
Definitely necessary.
Awesome. Yes, most definitely. So, since this is Code.Sip.Repeat, I have to ask everybody, what are you sipping on? So I'll start with Altrice. We'll go in reverse order this time.
What I am sipping on, I'm sipping on a lemon drop, specially made for this episode right here.
All right, cool. Danielle.
I am sipping on some water and electrolytes. I have go running later, and I want to be in a good space to be able to do that.
I understood. Miss Joy.
I am sipping on what I always sip on to start my day, which is detox tea. I want to clean the liver so the liver can clean me.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I'm just sipping on some Douce on ice. Cheers.
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 All right, cool. So let's start like this. You all kind of gave a general idea of who you are and what you do. But I feel like with health and wellness within our careers, we all sometimes some people lose sight of taking care of themselves. So the reason I feel like this topic was important and to bring you three together was to really highlight the different aspects of health and just maintaining a good career or maintaining a healthy career and taking care of yourself while, burning the midnight oil, as they say. So I'll start with you, Danielle. Why do you feel like what you do and the things that you do is important for career professionals?
Yeah, so what I do with HBCU STEM Education Run is important for career professionals because, like you're saying, Jason, we tend to be so focused on, climbing the ladder or climbing the corporate ladder in the space of, our career that we don't tend to focus on ourselves sometimes. So for me, and I think for a lot of people, just walking or running to be able to clear your head or clear your mental space has been very beneficial to me. We have something that we do every year called the Women in STEM Walkathon. And so that's a month-long challenge where we challenge women and anyone in general to participate and just be intentional about their health during the month of October. That's when the season is starting to change. People are getting sick and things like that. And to be able to also the holidays coming up where people tend to overeat and everything like that too. Just to be able to like I said, be intentional about their health and being active and moving their bodies. And I'm sure you've heard it, if you don't use it, you lose it. So being able to stay active throughout your lifetime is something that's important to a lot of professionals as well. So that's some of the things that we try to have available and engage our audience with.
Okay. And Altrice, same question.
Can you repeat the question again?
So, based off of what you do, and I can't remember how I phrased it for Danielle, but to be honest, but basically, what do you what you bring to the table? Why is it important for people's health?
I say especially in my line of work, because I've been in the field since 2019. And what I've seen is that in working with people that have substance use disorders, that the most common thing that I'm learning and taking in is that a lot of people are stressed out because there's no way to cope in high stress requirement jobs. And they, instead of going like, hey, and indulge, they're starting to use it as a different coping mechanism. So it's like by them forfeiting not necessarily forfeiting, but choosing an unhealthy coping skill, it leads to them going on a downhill path of not just mental damage, but also physical damage as well. So by working in my field, and what we kind of bring to the table is we talk about different topics. And what I try to do as an own individual therapist is ask those questions that are out of the usual to make them think more into changing those ways of coping, to not be so dependent on one chosen substance or particular item.
Okay. All right, that's awesome. Joy?
So I'm trying to put it in the best way possible and not be so long. So I'm twofold. So my day job is I'm a nurse that works in open heart surgery. So in that aspect, I'm helping the surgeon treat the patient. My heart health coach, I became that so I can prevent you from being on a table. So that is extremely important, especially for people of color. When I am at work in surgery, there are three things that I call the tripod that is always, mostly, not always, but mostly with patients who have open heart surgery that either need, that have some type of blockage on their heart. And it's high cholesterol, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. The crazy thing about this is that a lot of people think, well, once I have this, it's pretty much done deal. It's not. It's reversible. And so that's what I do on the other end with my heart health coaching company, Enjoyed, by the way. And I help people figure out how to reverse high cholesterol, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, especially people with type 2 diabetes, because they really think this is it. I'm going to have diabetes forever. But, that's things that medication companies don't want you to know because there's money in it. So I educate people on how much these reversibles cost you versus if you put health first, how that significantly changes the quality of your life so that you don't end up on the table. And I am inclusive, but I am definitely going after my disenfranchised people, which are really people of color, because there's a huge disparity in health already. There's a huge disparity even in education. So getting people to even understand or to read, health literacy is a thing. So I do all of that with my clients. I even um, advocate for them if they want me with them in a doctor's office. Maybe I'm not there physically, but they can call me up and then, okay, talk to me so that I can talk to them or help them make the best informed decision. Because a lot of times also, unfortunately, when you're a person of color and they don't think you don't have any loved ones, they're going to treat you how they treat you because you're just another. And I've seen it. This is not something I'm just making up.
Yeah.
I've seen it. So, and I've actually almost had it happen to one of my closest friends. And I told him, I said, tell them you have a sister. We're not related, but I told him, tell them you have a sister that's a nurse and that she wants to talk to you. Then all of a sudden things changed. All of a sudden he got transferred and was able to get the treatment that he needed when he was initially told, we can't do anything for you. So I am, just trying to help a community that really is not being helped. So.
Man, I love that. Thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because, just like what you were saying around like to prevent it to not even get to that point. So
that's the best. Yeah.
It puts the power and it empowers people to be able to do that for themselves. Right. It's great.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate all those answers. Those are great answers, and y'all make it hard for me to even follow up. But but the man, I'm trying to see which way I want to go with this, because the advocacy part that Joy talked about was pretty solid. The intentional and staying active that Danielle brought up was pretty good, and then coping that Altrice brought up. So it's like I don't know which way I want to go with, but man. So let's do it like this. If I don't want to jump the gun too fast on that, so let's do it like this. So, Altrice,
Yeah.
What are some things that you see that young professionals have an issue like with coping? Like, what are some of the things that some advice you give to a young professional about coping with stress from work or loss of a job or whatever that would help them become more I don't want to say self-efficient, but not relying on substances to cope?
You ready for this answer?
I don't know why I'm sipping my drink. I don't know. But go ahead.
Use that PTO.
Okay. Prepare the others.
Thank you. We right here. Use the PTO. Take time for yourself. Do not, and I repeat, and I'm probably speaking loud to myself, leave your work at work and your home at home. Because when those two collide, you get more, you're unable to sleep. You feel like you have to work 24/7. And most of the times we're so caught up on making sure that it gets done because they have these requirements that they want, but we're not taking into accountability that they give us certain deadlines that these projects need to get done. But when it's your personal time and you're putting work into your personal time, they don't care. Let's be real. You know what? I'm gonna keep those intrusive thoughts, but you know what I'm saying. Just PTO, because I was gonna go on a whole little rant, so I'm gonna just stay organized. But yeah, you said PTO.
I got you. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. So, Joy, that advocacy part was
Mm-hmm.
pretty heavy. Um, how would you like? What would you? How would you educate a young professional on either finding an advocate or learning how to advocate for themselves? Just well, I'm gonna try to keep it in your lane, but I kind of want to jump around with it. But just advocating in general, like advocacy is such a big thing that's needed, especially for our community. I consider myself a STEM advocate because I want to empower young minorities to get in this space, especially women and young girls. So, but just staying on the topic of health, like how can you empower or educate somebody to advocate for themselves and their health?
The first thing I always tell my clients, and this doesn't take you educating yourself, it just takes you being aware.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your body, pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to your body. I always tell my parents because they're both baby boomers, and baby boomers are notorious for you telling them something, they take it as the Bible. And so, if something is going on with your body, go to the healthcare professional, especially black men, go to the doctor. Okay. Because the worst they can tell you is there's nothing wrong. But go as soon as something happens so we can prevent, anything that could be that you might need a huge treatment for or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing is listen to your body. And if you go to the doctor and that doctor tells you something that is not, that doesn't align with how you're feeling in your body, it's okay to get a second opinion. So a lot of people don't like to do that. And I keep telling people, medicine is a human science. It's not a perfect science. So humans, to err is to be human. We make mistakes. So shop around, listen to your body, listen to your body. So the next would be is you gotta read up. You gotta read up. However you need to, but be careful with Google. You gotta research your author. Places I like to read up on is Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic. Those are pretty much my like number two go-tos. It used to be CDC, but now you can't really trust CDC with all the cuts. I'm just keeping it real. So I would still go at Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic for now.
Okay.
But that's how I would definitely listen to my body and educate myself. Now, I'm just keeping it real. If you are not the best reader of just natural English words, the damn healthcare words are going to be like another language to you. So
Exactly.
then hopefully you have some kind of healthcare professional in your circle or call me at Enjoyed and I will help you with all of those things because sometimes in the healthcare field, when we're talking to you and telling you we like to use these big medical terms that we went to school to understand, but we expect you to understand without going to school. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay to tell them when you're at your appointments, what does that mean? Don't just do this. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Make them do their job. And this is why my parents call me Nurse Ratchet. Make them do their job. They're getting paid to do that. And so I don't care if they got to see somebody else. They're going to see you before they see somebody else. So make them do their job. Period. That's what they get paid for.
Period.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All
Kind
right.
of. I know, Joy, you brought a lot of information, and the key thing that you said was miseducation of information in the community. And I'm gonna be quiet, but that is a big one. And I run across it in my profession as well. So it's like trying to link that barrier for those who might have not a diagnosed learning delay,
Mm-hmm.
but those things that they feel embarrassed about instead of wanting to ask for help. And that makes it a
That's a good
lot
point.
harder for a lot of people in underserved communities. A lot.
That's a good point.
I had a question. Have y'all ever like met something kind of on the flip side of that? Someone on the flip side of that. So we have kind of the ignorance is bliss people, like, you know, sunshine, everything is sunshine and rainbows, even though I can't walk straight and, you know, whatever, right? Or someone that is on the flip side of that, like I think it's hypochondriac, that is like, oh, there's so many things wrong with me to the point of, I don't know, maybe even self-dosing or self-indulging into some of those other coping mechanisms that you said. Have you ever dealt with someone like that?
That's my day-to-day.
I'm about to say, I'm sure you have.
That's my everyday job. I run into, you have some people when when I do a lot of groups. I do groups 3 times a week, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And when we get to the topic of, you know, do you view yourself as someone with a problem? And they hesitate on answers and different things like that. Of course, they're going to deny it because they say they have a sense of control. But then when you start really getting deep diving into it, because like I said, one thing about me is that I'm going to let them know it's a reason why you're here. It's not just because you got pulled over for a DUI and they say you got to take classes. No, that's not it. Evidently, this has consumed a part of your life and it has become something that you can't live without. So now we're going to do a lot of different other things to help you kind of switch those gears. And sometimes over the course, when it gets to the end of treatment, they said, wow, I never really thought that I had a problem. But then when they have to switch gears, it's like, maybe I do drink too much. Maybe I do use this particular substance too much. And they start taking it all in.
For me, I've never I work in the OR. So I am typically not first line of defense. But I'm sure your ER nurses definitely come in contact with hypochondriacs. You know, there are kind of a lot of barriers before they reach surgery. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And kind of the add on to that is that hopefully I'm pronouncing the word correctly. Joy, you might want to help me out. But sometimes it might not even be the individual. It might be the parent or the guardian or the person in their household. Isn't it called like Munchausen by proxy? Which is that they're pinpointing that something's wrong with this particular person. Kind of like when people have like ADHD or behavior issues, because I also work with mental health. So it's a lot of things that a lot of people will ignore. And then sometimes people will get over medicated because someone said at that time something's wrong with my child or a person that has a learning disability.
Man, it's a slippery slope. Oh, man.
Well, thank y'all for that. So before we go to the next topic, I'm gonna get Danielle on the how do you, I know you work with a lot of HBCU students, how do you like mentor and kind of empower and advocate for them to be intentional with your health and being active?
Yeah. So for students particularly, I'm a big advocate for scholarships. So making sure that students are able to pay for their school, get someone else to pay for their school is what I should say. And, you know, be able to focus their mental capacity on while they're in school, which is to get a degree in science, to become a nurse, to become a social worker, to become an engineer, you know, all of those things. They're not there to focus on how I'm going to pay these bills, you know? So I think that my aha moment for me as a student personally was it took my mentor, you know, to tell me, you know, hey, you shouldn't be paying for school. Like, there are people that want to invest in you as a Black female engineer, you know, aspiring Black female engineer. And it took that, you know, advice from him for me to be intentional about going and applying for scholarships. So I try to be that voice to the students that I come in contact with, to tell them about, to tell them the fact that you shouldn't be paying for school, to tell them about resources like the National Society of Black Engineers, or, you know, UNCF, or, you know, I think it's called NOVACHED. That might not be the right way to pronounce it, but like all these different like funding opportunities for students, and that's out there. And then I would say lastly, being one of those funding you know, opportunities myself. So through HBCU STEM Education Run, so we have different, I call them scholastathons, kind of to go with the running kind of thing.
I love it.
And so
I love it.
Thank you. So throughout like a time period, so for Black History Month, right? For Black History Month, it was if you applied to, I want to say 5 or 7 scholarships during the month, whether you get them or not, we're going to pay you to do that. So it's like, hey, like this is a personal challenge to yourself. We also did it for Women's History Month, only for women in STEM. So those are just some of the ways that I try to, through my platform, you know, empower students, HBCU students, to know that they don't need to be paying for school, and, you know, go out there and go get it.
Awesome. That's dope. I love that. And since we're talking about HBCU STEMers, I think everybody on this call has attended a HBCU, so I want everybody to take a second to shout out your HBCU. I'll start with you, Altrice.
Well, I had 2-time HBCU.
Okay.
One, undergrad, I want to highlight the illustrious Miles College, Golden Bears. Forever Golden Bear. And then graduate school, I want to highlight the Alabama A&M University.
Nice.
Yeah.
I went to Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama, and also University of Alabama in Huntsville. But yeah, I am a proud Oakwoodite, hailing from Huntsville.
Enjoy.
Well, I got my undergrad from Fisk University, Fisk forever. Huge Fiskite, love us.
That's dope. That's dope. So many beautiful women, HBCU women. Yeah, in the southeast too. A lot of our scholars have been A&M students, like Oakwood students, A&M students, and if y'all are ever, this is a small plug, if y'all, because I really enjoyed it, there was something called the HBCU Alumni Alliance 5K. It happened a couple weeks ago. It was in Atlanta. Yeah, it was really fun. Like I was out there with my my run club that I participate with, called Built to Last. So I was out there with them, and we were walking, and it was like a family reunion. Like, it wasn't like I got to run the fastest or nothing like that. And then they had like this alumni row. So like they had A&M. I made sure I stopped by the A&M tent. I'm sure they had Fisk and Talladega, Tuskegee, and like all these different alumni chapters that are in Atlanta. And it was really cool. They gave out scholarships and stuff too. So if y'all are ever in the vicinity, check it out.
Most definitely.
Awesome. And before we move on, I have to shout out the Alabama State University. Just throwing that out there. That's where I spent a little portion of my time before military duty came in the way. But we're gonna keep this thing going. Shout out to the Hornets. So let's bring a little bit of technology into this. So, Joy, how does technology help you? I guess we'll focus more on your health coaching side. How does technology help you empower your clients to work on their heart health?
Well, the biggest thing, the hugest thing is that if I'm not there physically with them, technology allows me to be there with them virtually. So they can still see my face, see my intention, which is huge when you're trying to coach someone. So I would definitely say my presence without my actual presence.
Mm, okay. And see, I thought you were gonna go a different route with just with tracking. I'm thinking about all the wearable devices that can track like heart health and things like that, and blood
So,
pressure and stuff like that.
I don't use any technology for tracking,
Mm-hmm.
which I probably should.
Mm-hmm.
I I keep a handwritten record pretty much because tracking their progress is not really hard because I'm not focusing on whole wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Because I give everybody props for that because there's tons of people doing that. There's not a lot of people focusing on high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes. So that's data driven. So
Mm-hmm.
either you have a sustained low blood pressure or your cholesterol levels are going down or your blood sugar, your A1C is going down. So it's pretty easy to track until I
Mm-hmm.
get like a bunch of clients, and I probably will have to start using technology to track those. But as of right now, you know, I'm still, building clientele. So I can just use my handwritten records at the time.
Well, I was referring more to like I know how like my watch can tell me what my blood pressure is and my heart rate and all that.
Hmm.
I thought you would have like use that as a mechanism to help you as well.
Well, clients, you can't get away if they have a watch or even their phone can do that at that point, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not focusing on their heart rate. I'm
Oh, okay,
strictly
okay.
focusing on high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. Now, when they take their blood pressure, they do get their heart rate, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not so much concentrating on it unless the heart rate is above 100 or the
Mm-hmm.
heart rate is below 60. Then, okay, we need to include your doctor. We need to figure this out because that's, you know, we're even beating too fast where our body can't be perfused, or we're not beating fast enough where our body can't be perfused. And if you're not getting perfusion, and I'm sorry, I realize I'm using medical
I was
terminology.
about to hit you
I was
with
like,
a
what is
So,
that?
question. Like, what is perfuse?
so,
Like, this sound like I'm witnessing.
so perfusion is a word we use in the heart world. Um, it's basically saying that your body and tissues and organs are getting oxygen.
Mm,
And so
Yes.
what is in charge of making sure, well, what carries oxygen? Blood carries oxygen. But how does blood get throughout the body? Your heart. Your heart pumps it. So either if your heart pumps too fast, there's not enough blood between beats to get out to the rest of your body. If your heart's pumping too slow, it's not moving fast enough to get to the rest of your body. So that's what
mm,
I mean. Like we need to do more things, include your doctor at this point, because you're on a fast track to nowhere.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Altrice, how does technology help you in your field with some of your clients?
Um, I definitely say technology because I work for intensive outpatient, which
Mm-hmm.
intensive outpatient is it's not residential. Clients can leave, they can come receive services and also return home. So that's what intensive outpatient is. So it helps them to be able to communicate on if something is going on as a way of communicating via email. office telephone lines, being able to get in contact with me no matter what. So it's like now we're living in a day and age where technology is making it easier for us to socialize and a lot of different things. So it also helps for when, like, if one day, let's say, we had to do a lot of things virtual, and in the smaller groups, being able to connect with people and not also feel like you're isolated by yourself.
Mm.
It also, not just in my career, I'm a therapist with a therapist because taking
Come
care of
on.
yourself matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely say for myself, I try to also, advocate for clients to, hey, technology, I'm an iPhone user. No offense to my Android people, but like there are certain apps that you can use that can be like that mental health reminder or those different shortcuts. So for example, in the morning at 7:10, my phone talks to me and it says, good morning, beautiful. God loves you. Have a great day. And at the end of
That.
so it's my daily reminder just to take a moment, get myself together spiritually, mentally, emotional for the day. And at the end of the day at 8:00, it says you made it through the day, beautiful. God love you. And that's my reminder for just taking a moment and pause. And like no matter what chaos that a person entails that has happened throughout that day, I've made it through the day.
You gotta teach us how to do that, how to set that
Okay,
up.
I want that.
I can.
Yeah, that's kind of dope. That is dope. Danielle, same question. How does technology help you in what you do?
Yeah. So for me, the way technology helps with the types of events that we do is allowing us to be virtual. So we started out in 2021, like completely virtual when COVID and everything was happening. But to be able to your point, Jason, earlier, to track that people are, doing their miles and completing kind of the assignment that we said they were going to do. Is a way that I use technology. So I use this app called Strava, which is a kind of big in the fitness community or walking community or running. And it tracks your distance. And it's kind of like, social media for fitness. So you can see like,
That's dope.
yeah. So you see, Danielle has done her mile today. Or you can see, Joy has done her mile today. You can see that activity, and that's where we also do the walkathon. So it's like a leaderboard. It can encourage people to go for number one spot and everything like that. And stay connected with people, and send them encouraging notes that that you're halfway done. You finished the challenge. And it actually allowed us to be international because of that virtual aspect of it. So it's been technology is definitely a big factor in the work that we do.
No, that's what's up. That's dope.
That's really dope.
It is.
Yeah. Y'all should join us for the walkathon. It's not till October, but I'll send y'all the details on that.
I definitely will. The way they be having me walking around the building and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say is on a more personal side too, it encourages me and my friends to host like mini challenges. I know if you have a Apple Watch, for example, you have like your rings that you complete for walking, or I think it's standing. Like they have different things, right? And so that spirit of healthy competition, I don't know about y'all, but I know about me, it encourages me and motivates me to I don't want to be outdone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It ignites that competitive spirit.
A little competition ain't never hurt nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. So those are dope answers, man. All three of y'all dope. All right. So So I'm gonna go ahead and start winding us down. What I would like to do from here is I would like for you all to let people know how they can learn more from you. And what I mean by that is how can they reach out to you? 'Cause I know all three of you have businesses and you all are entrepreneurs and I love that. So I'll start with Altrice first. And hold on. So how can they learn more from you? Like just like really tell them about your business, but then also like how can they reach out to your social media and all that as well?
Okay. Well, my business is called Resilient Life Services LLC. So the objective is getting back to life because especially during COVID and a lot of different things, a lot of people struggled to get back to their traditional life. So I'm a certified life coach. Um, I have a long list of certifications, but if they want to find out more about that, they can find me on LinkedIn at Altrice Anderson. If they want to find me on social media, they can find my Instagram, which is Trees. They're on my phone. Let me know I need to be charged. Called Trees Forever, which is TRICEFOREVER. And hopefully we can make a good connection from there.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Joy?
yeah. And
Hold
also,
on.
my bad. Didn't mean to cut that off. I am also have my certification in social media marketing, and I'm the social media lead for Code.Sip.Repeat.
Nice.
Get it. All right, Joy.
Okay, so on LinkedIn, I'm Joy Polk. My company is Joyed, Joyed. Basically, if you want to put quality back into your life, if you don't want to be enslaved to your health, then call me. I'm just going to put this in here right quick because it can cost you anywhere up to $262,000 for open heart surgery, which means with insurance, that's $20,000 that you'll have to pay on that. And with the big, beautiful bill, you'll probably have to pay more. So just want to put that out there. So it is imperative for you to get your heart act together. And that's just open heart surgery. We're not going to talk about how much it costs to maintain high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes, especially if you end up in end-stage renal disease and have to go to dialysis. And then that's your life. Your life is not over, but you definitely have to plan. You want to go on a trip somewhere out of the country, make sure they have a dialysis center because you have to go there every other day. I'm telling you these things now so that you'll want to prevent those things from happening. Okay, now that I've said all that. Once again, it's Joy, Joyed. The website is www.in-joyed.com. My Instagram is in.joyed. I'm giving out free information all the time and insider information that you wouldn't necessarily get because I'm still in the field working. And my phone number is 334-452-4JOY.
That's what's up. You said something. You said what kind of disease?
End-stage renal disease. That's when your kidney shuts down, but it's in 4 stages. So stage 3 and 4 is probably usually when you're about to get dialysis. So, and then that's different in itself because it's not like you're just going to go to a facility and say, hey, I'm ready for dialysis. You have to have surgery to get a fistula made. And then these are like, they have to mature and they become really big creatures on your arm. And then it may not work. So now you have to get another one and another one and another one. Like that's your life. And is this the life you want?
Not at all.
So,
Wow.
so
That's real. The people need to know. The people need to know.
These are things that they keep from you, you know. I just want my people to know because it's my people that's being affected the most.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, you got the floor.
So you can find me at HBCU Stemmer on Instagram. That's where we're most active. So HBCU STEMER. Should I wait? I'm supposed to tell you about what I did first. What we did? Okay, sorry. Let me start over.
You good.
Okay, so we're HBCU STEM Education Run. Our mission is to educate, empower, and elevate HBCU STEM students through scholarships and career resources. We rely heavily on the avenue of fitness to do that, targeting and emphasizing on Black health and wealth at the same time. So you can find us at HBCU Stemmer on Instagram. That's HBCU STEMER. And also, if you ever want to get in contact with us around, collaboration, or you have a group of people that want to participate in our events or attend our workshops that we have coming up, our Black in Tech workshop, or our Black Youth in Tech workshop, or our different things that we have going on. To find out more information, you can email us at info@hbcustemmer.com. That's info@hbcustemmer.com. So thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies. So, before we give our conclusion, I just want to publicly say I appreciate all three of you for your time. This has been very insightful for me. I'm in my early 40s. I'm at the high point of my career where I'm doing a whole lot, and just getting all your insights has been very helpful for me as well. And I'm at this point in my life where I'm taking a lot of intentional focus on my health. So this is very important to me. So to round it out and finish this thing out, I want you all to give the audience or the viewers your three takeaways that they should leave this call or this session with. And Daniel, since you finished this, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so let's see. 3 takeaways that I would say. So maybe I'll go in a few different buckets. So as a student, if there's any students listening, my key takeaway is, make sure that you're intentional and really going after scholarships. Take that financial stress off your mind by taking the time to apply for scholarships, which can pay you significantly more than any part-time job that you're able to do while you're still in school. So just make sure that you're being intentional about that. If you're maybe a young, STEM professional and are looking for an opportunity to give back and be involved with what we do, I would like to leave you with the opportunity of, connecting with us with HBCU STEM Education Run. We have different volunteering opportunities as well, or, to be able to donate for the students that are currently, getting their degree. So definitely reach out to us at info@hbcustemmer.com. And I want to say maybe last one for anyone that might be wanting to participate in our events themselves. Definitely connect with us through our Instagram, HBCU Stemmer, and our events, our fitness events are meant to be inclusive. So like I said, we have the walkathon, which is definitely going all at your own pace. There's no pressure from the sense of I have to go a certain speed or anything like that. It's a personal challenge to yourself. So if you're looking to embark on your fitness journey or to improve within your fitness journey, then definitely connect with us as well. Thanks.
Awesome. Ms. Joy?
Okay, so first takeaway is, do you want to live your life or do you want your life lived? There's a major difference in how I phrase that. Back in grammar school, we'll talk the difference between active and passive verbs. So do you actively want to live your life? Do you want some kind of control over your life or quality of your life? Or do you just want your life lived, your life pass you by, you be reactionary to things that happen to you, which happens when you get all types of diseases like end-stage renal disease, or you have a heart attack, or you have a stroke and you have residual from that stroke. So that's the first takeaway. Number two, nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you want to change and you're having problems with changing, or you're thinking it's so, you're becoming overwhelmed, reach out to me. I give free workshops. I repeat, I give free workshops. I also do grocery shopping tours to teach you how to grocery shop and read labels. I also do pantry makeovers. So I take the think work out of it for you. So you can just grab and go. We use the traffic light system. Green, you get all the time. Yellow, you need to eat that in moderation. Red, that should just be a special treat for you, you know.
That's dope.
I also do, of course, health coaching, and then I do nurse advocacy, and that's when I go into those doctors' offices, whether it's by phone or in person. I even help older people get through the office process because technology is everywhere and they don't know how to use it. So I even help them just get into the doctor's issue sometimes too. So that's that. And then the third takeaway is a quote by Nelson Mandela: everything seems impossible until it's done. So you could be overwhelmed, but you could do little changes for big results. You don't have to be a gym rat. You don't have to, eat vegetables and drink water all the time, even though that should be a lot of what you eat. But you don't have to do that. Just small changes so you're not overwhelmed. But those small changes you'll have big results.
Awesome.
Don't forget www.in-joyed, and on Instagram, in.joyed, and LinkedIn, Joy Polk. I'm done.
That's all right, Altrice.
My first takeaway is, it was something that I was watching that I kind of aspired to myself, is that every good person has a past and every bad person has a future. So what I mean by that is, it's never too late for you to want to make that change. My second takeaway is that don't be scared to ask for help. Because no question is a dumb question if it's unasked. And my third takeaway is that, going backwards in order to go forward. Going back to the second one is, learn the resources that's in your community. That is Bible, because a lot of people walk around unknowing what is in their community to help them. And that's why I say ask those questions. And the third one that I definitely say to the men, do not, and I repeat, do not wait until it is too late and you on your deathbed to have those shoulda, coulda, woulda moments. We as women, we see you and we hear you, but we can't make you take care of yourself. So please take care of yourself and use that PTO. Prepare the others. And that's all my takeaways. Remember, I'm going to plug in like Joy did. You can find me on LinkedIn at Altrice Anderson. Altrice is spelled capital ALTRICE Anderson. And you can also find me on Instagram at Trice Forever, capital TRICEFOREVER. And let's connect.
That's what's up.
I'm definitely about to look y'all up after this.
So in conclusion, man, y'all hit it. That was a grand slam, man. Y'all killed that. So since y'all dropping quotes, I'm gonna drop a quote. My favorite quote is by Frederick Douglass: "Without struggle, there's no progress."
Come on.
And I think we struggled long enough as a community. So with women like yourselves and other people who are in your fields and who are all in this space of elevating our community, I just want to give y'all flowers at this moment. So I appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do. Nurses, scholarships, mental health, like y'all are doing a whole lot to elevate our community. So I appreciate y'all so much. Health is important. And I think you all highlighted several areas in health. Danielle with relieving stress, either by eliminating debt from college or just finding an internship or just getting out there running, walking. Joy was just, taking care of your heart. Your heart is the engine of your body. So that's a good thing. And Treats with the coping and finding different ways to cope and to navigate life. So I appreciate all of you and your insights. And on that, I'm going to go ahead and end this session. My name is Jason Bradshaw. You can find me at Jason Bradshaw on LinkedIn, Code.Sip.Repeat.com. Love y'all. Peace. We out. And Code.Sip.Repeat, we educate, engage, and entertain. We'll holler at y'all on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.